Right, kia ora from New Zealand. I've just been reviewing some things and I just wanted to share. I was listening to a video by Nero Knowledge, which was well worth a listen. I've shared it on my community page if you want to have a look. And he was talking about manifestation, and as I'm listening to it, I'm figuring that it can easily be applied to the situation with gangstalking and shifting your focus. So it is about shifting the focus to what we want to see, and we know this, and attention is supply. So if we're using the narcissistic model in this case, when we say no to a narcissist and we cut off their supply, they have a tantrum, they get butthurt and start behaving very badly. So and one of the strategies you can use when you're dealing with a narcissist and you're cutting them off is grey rock, should I say, grey rocking, and which means that you just it's like a wall in your communication, and you're just the barest minimum of yes, no, like polite, neutral, and nothing more than what's required. You grey rock them. That's a technique that you use if it's someone that you have to continue to deal with, like, I don't know, like the other parent of your child, or a situation like maybe a work colleague that you can't escape. So anyway, you say no and you cut off their supply, and they have a sook. So he's talking about changing the old reality, and so you're like, okay, I want $1 million, and you're doing all your focus and everything on $1 million, but everything gets worse before it gets better, which is kind of a thing. Like, I've certainly noticed that myself, and this is the old one testing you out. He likened it to being like an entity, and it had a supply of your old emotions, and because it's your old reality and you've been going round and round in it, and you've been emotionally reacting to it, and things like that, and it gets fed. So as soon as you start shifting and saying, I don't really want that reality anymore, I'm pulling all the plugs on it, it goes, what? You can't leave me. You need me. No, we don't. So it's like, do you really mean it? So it's like the universe is testing you, and just like the narcissist will test you. So he talks about keep going, shift your focus. As I say, if you've got to do it 20 times a day, do it. But the main thing is the non-emotional reaction. So one of my favourite sayings is being in the world and not of it, and I am spacious and lovingly detached. And I did a lot of work on that years ago, and I was looking at objects when I was thinking about moving things around and how we never own anything, and this saying came along, and it said, detachment doesn't mean that we own nothing. Detachment means that nothing owns us. So I really, really like that, and I've kept that in my mind for a long time, and it's just in the toolkit, and it's very helpful at different points. So this process is another one in emotional mastery. So what we're doing is mastering our emotions so that we're not reactive, we're not taking things personally, and we're not giving the old matrix, whether it's the old way of doing and seeing things, and the old reality. We're creating a new one, and we're not giving it any fuel. We're not giving the narc any fuel, and we're not giving the old reality any fuel. So I did say in one of my videos, they get nothing. They get zero, they get nothing, they get no acknowledgement, which is something that I teeter with doing these videos, because I'm fucking acknowledging them. So it's like, But anyway, it needs to be shared, so I believe. So, and another cool saying I had was, holy shift, and I really like that, because that was moving into like your higher mind and your higher self and your clarity and your divinity and your purpose and things like that. Holy shift, and then shift happens. So I really like the play on words. Shift happens. It will happen. It can't not happen. So if you're not feeding the old thing and you're putting all your focus and fuel into the new thing, it's going to happen. So maybe have a listen to his video and apply the mindset to what we're dealing with this reality, with gang stalkers running around in it, being knobheads. And yeah, just think about that. And one of the other interesting things he said is like when you're being tested, and know that it's a test and it's a natural part of the flow of things and change is the nature of the universe. So you might as well go along with it because there's no other way. And you've tried everything else and it hasn't worked, right? So just know that they will be jumping up and down, whether they're a narc or the gang stalking universe will be jumping up and down going feed me, and having a spaz and having their little tantrum. That's the way we want it. We don't want, he likened this guy Nero or whatever his name is, I'm not sure, likened it to think how your new self in the new reality that you're creating will react. So he said if you're trying to be a zillionaire and you've got loads of money and you get a $40 parking ticket, are you going to be absolutely gutted, cut, upset, having a tantrum and cussing a blue stream, you know? No, you're not. So you need to think about how those things, how new you will be taking these things on when everything's going to crap. So when gang stalkers and electromagnetic harassers and little witchy poos are throwing all their dark magic and it's all fucking happening, how would new you, without them in your reality, be going? So I thought that was a really, really interesting thing to ponder and hopefully helpful. And I'm pretty sure that listening to his video would be helpful too. So yeah, remember, we're in the world and not of it, and we're spacious and lovingly detached. So we're practicing the pause that gives us space to maybe 3 deep breaths in the pause to decide whether we're reacting or responding. And if we give ourselves those few minutes, we can usually turn things around. So we don't want an emotional reaction. We want to be calm, clear. And you don't have to be overjoyed about what's happening, but no emotional reaction equals no fuel, no focus, and it will die. Hopefully a fast death. But yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd share that, and I put a video, a little short out of the wax eyes flying past the window and learnt some things about them. The whistleblowers, like what? Anyway, that's on my community page if you wanted to have a squiz at that. And yeah, as I say, learning new things every day. If you're not learning, you're not here. If you're still here, you're learning. So anyway, that's what this reality is about. So yeah, let's get through this new moon. Leo is all about the heart, fire and power and passion and getting things done, and yeah, it's a good energy to grab on and use for this sort of work. So give that a go. Set your intentions, be clear. Maybe sit down and write down the things that you do want to see in your world. Yeah. Alrighty, so kia ora, haere mai, take good care, fill up your cup, and I will speak to you soon. Kia ora.